What's going on, everybody? My name is Matt from Winter Classic Wonderland, and today I want to be talking about some real versus some fake jerseys. I have one fake and one real jersey from a similar time period, similar event, so I figured I'd just talk about that, and yeah, we'll get right into it. That's why I'm not wearing a jersey today, because I figured we would just talk about, I'd hold a jersey up and you could see that and wouldn't be distracted from a jersey that I was wearing. Okay, so jersey number one is right over here. So this is a real jersey. We'll start off with the real one. Show the difference between the two. So, 2010 Bruins Winter Classic jersey. It's really nice. It's got some really great detail in it. On the back, you might think that's C's for Zdeno Chara, but no, this is what you get when you get eBay buys. You get Ray Bourque on the back, and I really like this. I honestly, I didn't have a Bourque in my collection, and I didn't have a 2010 Bruins Winter Classic either, so this was kind of a nice, like, marriage between the two, because I could get both kind of this jersey in one. I know it's a jersey foul, because Ray Bourque was never played in this, but it's still a really cool looking jersey. The stitching up close on the crest is incredible, if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, really, really nice, really like this one. Let's jump into what's real about it. We'll start up here with the stitching. The stitching doesn't cover up the crest, which is important because the NHL wants to have as much like of their logo appear on everything as possible. So, and that's a really big deal. On the inside, you can see right there, it has the Canadian flag looks like right, if you know what I mean. And since this jersey is a fan jersey and it doesn't have the fight strap on the bottom there, that's the correct sizing tag. It wouldn't have a 54 or a 52 or a 60 or something like that would like an on-ice authentic jersey would have. So this is like a fan replica jersey, which I still really like. I honestly kind of prefer wearing these than the other ones because the fight strap I feel kind of gets in the way. But to display, fight strap's obviously pretty nice to have. Just looks a little more real. But I still really like the look on this one. The stitching's really nice, and on the back there's actual like a patch. It's not like sewn right into the jersey. It's like two different colors. This part's like brown, and this part's like black. There's pictures on my Instagram too. If the camera doesn't pick this up here, you can see it over there. The link will be in the description. Overall, there's a lot about this jersey that's really, really nice, and I really like it. But this is obviously a real one. Let's move on to a fake one. It's bad. So, for a fake jersey, when I first started collecting, I didn't know what a fake versus real was. It was my first couple weeks of collecting before I did some more research. So I picked up this 2017 Blackhawks Winter Classic jersey. You can just tell right off the bat that front crest is just the wrong. This fits me like a 54, and the size tag in here says, let's see. It says 60, so that's obviously pretty far off on that measurement. On the back, it has Reebok sewn right into the thing. It's not a patch like the other one. I mean, that's just really wrong. Like, that's not even close. So, this jersey, there's three things that are already wrong. Then we can look at the neck tag. Look at that. Look how bad the stitching is. There's part of it coming out right there. Now, I'm not saying that collecting fake jerseys are bad. There's actually some that are really, really nice that actually look almost identical to the real thing, especially when they don't include that really thin fight strap like this one has. That's rough right there. That's not what it should look like at all. That's very wrong. But when they don't have that, some jerseys actually look pretty nice, even though they're fake. I mean, it's kind of tough to tell sometimes if you don't do your research. Like I mentioned earlier with the other one, the crest is covered on this one by the laces. On that one, not so much. And to prove it that it's not just me tying it together, take this apart here. It's still kind of covered by the laces. It's not really like the other one where it's like nice and bold at the top and you can see it clearly. There's still part of it covered. Let's move on to the patch. The stitching on this patch is not great either. Look at the amount of overlapping lines, like in the 2017 in the St. Louis part. Look at how many lines overlap, like right there. That's super overlapped, and like over there too. It just doesn't look right. Finally, let's look at the inside crest. Normally, if you're going to stitch a crest on, all the stitching's done on the outside, and the inside is just one circular ring, or whatever the design is. It's just that outline of the, it's basically like an outline of the crest. Let's look at the inside of this one real quick, okay? If you're going to buy a jersey, that's not what it should look like on the inside. It should not have all the colors and all the stitching coming through the jersey. That's not great. I mean, yes, the stitching's cool to look at. It's not what the Blackhawks use, though. They use a type called chain stitching, which is a lot different. It's like a looping pattern. This is just like regular factory stitching, and this is not what they would have done. You can also tell that up here, this is just like felt that just like comes off. Like, it just comes off the inside of the jersey. Like, it shouldn't be like that at all. Overall, this one is very, very fake. There's a lot of things wrong with it. Let me just, for comparison, show the inside of the crest of the other one. So, like I said before, on an authentic, this one doesn't really have, I'll show the numbers. See what I mean? Look at the numbers. I mean, there's this one thin white layer of stitching that goes all the way around this outside. I don't know if the camera's really picking it up great. There you go. You can see it's just a thin layer of stitching, and you can see the other colors, but there's not a bunch in here like the other one was. Overall, this is what you want. This is not what you want. Comparing the two, this is real, paid $80 for it. This is fake, paid $20 for it. Know your prices, know your comparison, know the difference, people. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope someone learned something from this, and have a great day.